Let's talk about Amad Diallo. Without a doubt, one of the most exciting players to come out of Manchester United's pre-season campaign. Now, what type of player is he? He is a traditional right winger, left-footed. He's technical, he's direct, he can play inverted, and he also can play supportive as a winger. He's also very creative and can even play in the central of attacking midfield, also known as the number 10 role. And what I love about Amad Diallo is that I'm going to say a big statement here that he's probably our best all-rounded winger. You look at the likes of Rashford and Garnacho, yes, they're ahead of him when it comes to being a poacher and being more threatening in front of goal. But then you've also got Sancho, who's a very supportive and link-up type player. But Amad Diallo is all that in one, and I feel like we lack that in our forward line almost. And this is why I was quite happy we didn't actually go for Michael Olise, because when you've got a player like Amad who deserves an opportunity, I want to give him that opportunity. Manchester United, we're all about giving young players the chance to shine. If you're good enough, you're young enough. That's the famous saying, and that's embedded throughout our history. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of Amad Diallo this season. Now, obviously, like I said, Garnacho and Rashford are probably ahead of him in the pecking order, but that still shouldn't rule him out, because he's got something over Rashford and Garnacho is because he's left-footed. He's probably our best left-footed attacker. Obviously, you can compare him to the likes of Rasmus Højlund. Their roles are completely different, but if you want to make a more easier analysis, is comparing him to someone like Antony. Now, Antony has a massive thing to prove this season, I believe, but as it stands right now, Amad Diallo is ahead of Antony when it comes to being in the pecking order. But anyway, let's look at Amad Diallo's pre-season stats and see what the hype is all about. So, his stats throughout pre-season, and these are by the Pacific numbers: 214 minutes, 2 goals, 10 key passes, 85% passing accuracy, 72 out of 85 passes completed, with 5 successful dribbles and 19 out of 29 ground duels won. Now, for a small, you could say frail winger like Amad, he likes to also get stuck in, which I really respect. He knows how to track back. He knows what the requirements are from Erik ten Hag and the instructions, and he almost performs it to the T. And for me, if I was ten Hag, I would genuinely be struggling when it comes to who would I pick as my forwards. Obviously, the left wing spot is kind of locked off as Rashford, you know, that's his position. And Garnacho, despite being more of a traditional left winger, he made the right wing spot his own by becoming a very versatile type winger, and he suits that system very, very well. But the way I see it with Amad Diallo is that he would provide a lot of balance. He'd provide that extra playmaker that we lack up top. So, as like I said, Ten Hag's got a massive decision to make. Now, if I was Ten Hag, I would rank my wingers when it comes to best in quality. And it's Rashford at top, Garnacho second, Amad third, Sancho fourth, and Antony fifth. And then sixth if you want to include Palestre. But I feel like that starting the season with Rashford and Garnacho isn't the worst thing, but if they either drop form or an injury happens, or even in games, Amad Diallo should be the first player when it comes to attacking off that bench, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. But how does he get in the starting 11? Now, like I said, this is all based off prediction, you know. We could see the Community Shield against Man City at the time of recording, and Amad Diallo starts, and then he starts against Fulham, you know. I'm not sure when this video is going out by the time of recording. But the way I look at it is that Amad Diallo will definitely be one of the first names off the bench if he's not in the starting 11. But I feel like that we will see him involved in the starting 11, especially before the international break starts in September time. So I am looking forward to seeing Amad Diallo involved more with the team. I do think he brings something completely different that we are lacking. And I just think he's a top quality player with a lot of potential. And he's been at the club for a few years now. He joined, I believe, in the 2019-2020 season under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That was the first summer where we failed to sign Jadon Sancho. And then in the January, I believe it was in the October, but then Amad Diallo officially joined Manchester United in the January transfer window alongside Palestra. So the fact that he's been at the club for a few years now, a few decent loan spells. The Sunderland one was the making of him, where he seemed to just hit the ground running. And then he had a few brief appearances for United last season. Obviously, that cameo against Liverpool in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. His goal, his winning goal that he scored in the Stretford end, is the reason that United went on to go and win the FA Cup. So Erik ten Hag has even publicly come out and said before pre-season started that Amad Diallo is not being sold. He's not going on loan. He's staying with the team. So I think ten Hag's got big plans for Amad Diallo this season. So you could argue that it is Amad Diallo's breakout season, and I really hope he takes the full opportunity, because I think this player is one to watch in our team. You know, fans on FPL are starting to talk more about Amad Diallo. Will he get game time? Is he as good as people say he is? I think he's got a lot of potential and is something different and something exciting and a type of player that United fans should definitely be excited about. But anyways, that's enough about Amad today. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, because we're on that road to 2k milestone. We've just recently hit 1,900 subscribers, so if we get 100 subscribers before the season starts, I would be massively appreciated. But anyway, subscribe, comment your thoughts on Amad Diallo. Do you want to see more of him, or do you think he'll be naturally integrated into the team? Just leave all your comments in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.